Hello friends, it's Jen Shakti, ready to take you on a shamanic adventure in Idlewild, California today. So this is a very sacred site of the Cahuilla people, and it's unusual because it's such a secret and protected place, but as you can see, it's right here in the neighborhood. I'll show you my car parked here, houses, and you'll hear in the background there's quite a sports ball party going on. So come with me on this adventure down these secret stairs. As we descend, the temperature's dropping probably by about 10 degrees. And we're here in the cool shade of the acorns. Now these boulders are really massive, and you can see evidence of fire here at the base of the boulder. As we get down here, we'll take another look at how far the soot reaches up the stone, and that'll give you an idea of just how big these boulders are. So this is a very small little park. It's fenced in. And as we come down the side here, we're going to see evidence of some mortars. And you can see all here on the ground evidence of the acorns. There's a little acorn cap all over the place here. It's a little slick, so be careful coming down. So I've brought my mesa, sage, tobacco, and some small stones to give an offering to the spirits to honor the ancient people who came here for their rite of passage ceremonies. So here's the grinding bowl. You get into where you can see it a little bit better. There's one, and then there's a second one over here, and these are quite deep. And I'm gonna move my mesa here. Right here between the two is a surface where the stone is polished very smooth. So this is a grinding slick where the ancients would grind their acorns, and then they would, roll it into a dough or sift it. But it was worked, food was worked by hand here. So the real gem of this site, follow me over here. And we have a beautifully protected pictograph in red ochre. And we'll take a closer look. And there are other sites like this. The red diamond chain painted on the giant boulder. But when I have seen them, they were completely fenced off with barbed wire, and the images were so faded you could barely discern them. But miraculously, this site is protected. And so we just pray and hold it with our good energy that no one comes to deface this sacred and ancient work of art. So what's special about this is that this is one of the few times that ancient people, their lore was passed down, and that the Cahuilla people shared with anthropologists what these sites were actually for. So women's coming of age ceremonies. So after a few days to a week of the young girls, they would be buried in a shallow pit up to their neck, and the elders would come and feed them and instruct them on what would be expected of them as they would now be women in the tribe. After they were finished with that part of their ritual, they were uncovered, and there would be a foot race to this boulder where the shaman and family members would be able to guide them to paint what they call a rattlesnake motif here on the stone. So here we see the border of the small park. But I want to show you, this is interesting. This is a different boulder here, but we could surmise that this would have been the route of the foot race to come directly to face the giant boulder. With these other boulders here, there's not a direct path, and you know, there are homes here and here, so unfortunately we can't explore down this way, but we can imagine that in a shaded grove here is where the maidens had their rite of passage into womanhood ceremonies. A shallow pit was dug in the earth, and a small fire was lit to warm the earth deeply. And the women would be loosely covered and fed by the elders of the tribe. So I can imagine it would be slightly uncomfortable for days and days, but if you had the strength, once you were excavated, to run uphill to this boulder, you passed the trial and you were now a woman. That proved your strength in the tribe, and you could make your mark of the rattlesnake, the red diamond chain, here, hundreds, if not thousands of years ago. So just such an honor to share this with you, and I'm going to go and make an offering and connect my heart to this sacred site and prayer that it will be preserved forever. So thanks for joining me here at the sacred Red Diamond Pictograph in Idlewild.